Hey and hello and welcome to this new video. I'm going to talk to you about WEEX, a crypto exchange or a platform that we like to use as our partner for our VIP group. Now, I'm going to talk to you in this video about how to set up with WEEX, how do we manage a trade, and how do we do a deposit with WEEX. Now, first and foremost, what is WEEX? Now, WEEX, their little slogan that they're mentioning, where new wealth is made. Very nice, very short and very powerful. But why WEEX? Now, WEEX is actually providing you with actual proof of funding up to 1,000 BTC protection of fund. So they're really guaranteeing safety for your assets, and they're providing you with two separate markets. So they're providing you the spot market, and they're also providing you the futures market, where on the spot market, they provide you up to 1,200 pairs and 120 new listings per month, where on the futures market, they even provide you with 400 leverage, 400x leverage, and over 1,000 pairs to trade. However, 400x leverage, I would really not recommend using that high of a leverage if you are very inexperienced, not experienced. If you're not a scalp trader, I wouldn't use 400x leverage. So they do have a global coverage up to 6.2 million users across 150 countries and more to come. So how long have WEEX been around? So according to their roadmap, WEEX has been around since 2018. So they really have been around for quite some time. They've seen highs, they've seen lows in the market. So that should add to their trustworthiness on the actual business that they run here. So they're very stable, so to say, and they provide you with a very deep liquidity, which should attract a lot of bigger whales. So are you that trader that has either a very high frequency of trading, or do you trade with large capital? They got you covered. So what do they offer? They actually offer on the top end side of the screen, they offer you, for example, here the futures, they offer you spot, they offer you a copy trading feature, they offer you earn, where you can stake your assets, and they have a promotions tab where you can check out where all of the promotions that are actively running right now, if it, let's say, leaderboards, if it's like trading competitions, you name it, it is in there, and they can actually hook you up with a lot of giveaways, or let's say actual bonuses up to 30,000 USDT, as you can read down as the new user rewards bonus. So how do we get started with WEEX? Now, starting out with WEEX, let me just open a new browser, and we would head over to WEEX. On the top hand side of the screen, we see the sign up button. We click that, and you can actually go to email or with a phone number and register your profile. Note that with WEEX, you do not require a KYC or VPN to use it. It is open to all the world. So there is that to your advantage. Use it, because some of us are restricted, and 400x leverage or leverage in a whole is very nice to use as a feature. So use either the email or phone to set up your account and fill in the referral code, which is optional, of course, but I would very much recommend you using our referral code, because that would make you eligible to enter our VIP group. And with our VIP group, just a little plug for us, for a little ad, the VIP members that we have for the past month on February have made over 268% of profits based on our trades. So there's only 3 requirements for you to join that VIP group. It's, first of all, you trade active. Second of all, you have a minimum deposit of 100 USDT on your WEEX account, and you have registered your WEEX account using our VIP code. So use that link down in the description under partners. If you've done all these 3 steps, send us a message in Telegram tagging either crypto LGC or Denderant in the message down below to join our VIP group and get you all started. Now, let's get into the video. How do we deposit our asset? Now, if I go on the top end right side, if I've logged into my profile, I can press deposit. And with deposit, I have 3 options to actually do that. So either you already have crypto on a different exchange or another wallet, let's say a ledger or a different exchange like Bybit, you can then transfer that asset towards WEEX. Now, if you don't own any crypto, that's no problem. You can still add to your portfolio by either using P2P trading, or you can use quick buy. Well, personally, I always use quick buy because I can use my actual bank account or SEPA, so you say, to add to my profile, and I would be done and dusted. So we click on buy, and we can then basically see they're supporting Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, and MasterCard. Now, all you have to do, very simple, you fill in the amount of USD that you want to invest, you select the crypto that you would want to put in, either USDT or maybe USDC, whatever you would prefer, and then you put in your actual payment method, and then you press buy. You should be good to go. They're very fast, so that will actually get you managed and get going. So we have deposited, we've registered an account. How do we trade? Let's go to the futures side of things to go into that. When we go into this tab, you will notice there's 4 options for you to pick. The top 2 options are the most interesting for me because, first of all, the futures market is the actual live markets. And then the second option is a feature which we call demo trading, or in other words, paper trading. So let's say you want to backtest new things. You are not very familiar with items trading in a whole. You're new. You're still getting into things. You want to test things out. How does the platform works? You would very much be recommended to use the demo trading first before to use the actual live platform. So how does the live platform look? We see a terminal with all of the necessities, necessary things, necessary information that would require you to see the markets and actually manage your trade. So let's start from the top. So we have on the top left, if we hover over with our mouse, the market where we can pick and choose from different assets. We can put in the ticker, what we want to have. Maybe you want to invest a little bit in Doge, or you're interested in trading Shiba. Oh, they actually don't have Shiba, but they do have Doge. So you can all search on the ticker that you're accustomed with. And if you're accustomed with these tickers, you can then go to your favorites or save them as favorites, so they will pop up in your little hotbar. Now, USDT, we can see that they're having leverage up to 400x. It's mainly for BTC and Ethereum. And for the altcoins, I think it's a little bit less. Let me double check that. Yeah, so for the altcoins, it's up to 200x leverage. So there you have that to your advantage. So you can trade up to 400x leverage on BTC and Ethereum. Then let's move on to the demo. So when we go to demo, on the top left side, we can see perpetual demo. So by that means I can verify I'm now trading on a safer side, on paper trading. No real money is attached to this profile. I'm safe to do whatever I want to do. Then I see the market price, and then based on a 24-hour clock, I can see the changes in percentages. I can see the market price, the high and low for the day, and the volume actively being traded. And they also provide you with a funding rate with a countdown, so you know that when you have a trade active, how much you're paying in terms of a fee to keep that trade up and running. So on the left-hand side, we can see chart, information, parameters, and limits. All of the features in terms of the drawing tools from TradingView, the different time frames you can pick up, and you can go up to 3 months all the way back down to live. So there's a lot of things that you can use to your advantage here, and they provide you with a basic setup of the chart itself and a volume indicator. And on the right hand side, you can see the order book, the market trades that actually are coming through live. And the most important one, on the right hand side, we can manage and set up a trade, which is very important because when we are in the VIP group, we will give you a entry, a stop loss, and a take profit, or multiple take profits. And this is how you are going to manage that for yourself. So first of all, you have the option to press on isolated trades. So you have a couple of options. You can either open a isolated trade or a cross trade. So an isolated trade, an example, I want to expose myself to the markets with only $20 using, let's say, 10x leverage. Only that $20 would be at risk in terms of liquidation. Let's say the market goes against me. The maximum amount of money I would be losing is $20. Where in cross it would be a little bit different, because then you would really go into a more of a margin call type of scenario. Let's say I would open a 20x leverage trade, $20, same thing as the isolated. However, if I then run into liquidation risk, the actual portfolio would be used in terms of adding to reduce the margin of an isolate. I mean a liquidation. So by that, it extends your liquidation, but it would then in return results in using your whole account as a margin. Does the margin run out on your account? That actually means you're going to lose a whole lot more than just that $20. You would be at risk of your whole portfolio that you would then be holding, and you would have applied to this margin too. So very much recommended to keep it on isolated, because that way you can assure yourself as a little bit of a safety net that you will not risk your whole portfolio trading leverage. Now, you also have the feature to use either combined or separated positions, where with combined, it's the usual default setting for most exchanges, where they give you a summary of a position, where with a separate option, you can actually open separate trades alongside each other, which you can also separately manage. With combined, you are only managing one position as a whole. Now, we are going to keep this on default, so we press confirm or press X because I don't want to change anything. On the right hand side, we can see 10x in both green and red color. And right here with the slider, we can change that leverage all the way up to 200x with the demo version. But I'm not interested in more than 20x leverage when it comes to trading on Bitcoin. So I'm just keeping a default at that. Confirm. Everything's set up. Now I can either choose to open or close a trade by clicking either one of these. Well, I'm currently not in any trade, so I'm only interested in opening a trade. So when I'm opening a trade, I have the option to choose basically out of two options. I can trade either a limit order or a market order. So a limit order, the market has to come to my actual order value. So I would have to provide in my trade the actual entry level where I'm interested in trading. So by that means or narrative, the market would have to come to me. It has to tap that price, and then my trade would be active. So before that, it would be only a post. It would be active in the order book, but it's not an active trade at that point in time just yet. Now, let's see the market. Where are we right now? So the market looks like it wants to go a little bit to the downside. However, we just opened with New York. So let's see. Yeah. So 66,500 would be my preferred price of entry. I want to enter with 10% and I want to open a short and I want to confirm. Now, actually, I'm already in the trade because am I in the trade? I'm not in the trade. Am I in the trade? I am in the trade. Because you can see on the left-hand side, we are actually in the trade and I'm able to open or move the TP or SL. So by dragging this, I can actually set up what I want to be using for my TP. And I can do the same thing with a stop loss. Bang, there we go. So by this narrative, I now have a visual representation of my actual trade, which is now active. And I can actively manage this, as you can see, and I can see the profits that I would be making with this trade alongside with if I'm in a drawdown right now. Mind you, this is a demo trade for demo purposes only, so don't worry if this is going against me. Now, managing the trade, adding and managing the stop loss or TP is not very difficult, as you can see, because you can drag and drop your things and it will be set to go. On the bottom end side, you can actually see the active positions that you have right now. So we do not have an open order. We actually have a live position as we speak. And it provides me with a lot of information, such as how much amount of Bitcoin in this term is right now exposed in this position, how much realized P&L is that. So basically a realized P&L means I've paid a certain amount of fee to open this position. In this case, it was $68 to open this position. And the margin used in dollar value or USDT value is a margin of up to $5,432. So that's the value in US dollars, and you have the value in the actual BTC. So on the right hand side, we can see the entry price, where did I enter, the market price, and the liquidation for this whole position. So if the position hits that price on liquidation, that means all of the exposure is at that point gone. That means I've lost the whole position, I've lost that. Now, unrealized P&L, eventually we would preferably see a realized P&L, obviously, and that only shows when I close the trade. But in the time being, I can see the ROI that I'm basically making on my trade. So if I press this little icon, they present you with the nice shareable profits that you're making, which people often like to share in even in our Telegram group. So definitely share us based on whatever VIP call you would be following, signal, or maybe a trade that you've made on your own. Share it. We are gladly receive them, and we would like to see how you actually performed in the market. Now, the video for me as a whole is right now coming to an end. So I would very much like to invite you to our Telegram group, which is the Dutch blockchain community. My name is Mitch. Check the links down below if you want to join our Telegram group. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about WEEX or trading as a whole. Maybe you have some basic questions on how to get started. There's no really strange questions to be asked. Ask the question down in the comments down below. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I wish you all the best. Ciao.